One of Arsenal's biggest transfer stories of the summer has just taken another dramatic twist. For weeks, supporters have wondered whether Mikel Arteta would make one final statement signing before the transfer window closes. Now, fresh reports suggest that Arsenal's interest in Newcastle United captain Bruno Guimaraes is not fading away. Instead, it may actually be intensifying. Behind the scenes, the Gunners are reportedly continuing to explore a deal for one of the Premier League's finest midfielders, with intermediaries understood to be involved despite no formal club-to-club agreement at this stage. But here's where this story becomes fascinating. Arsenal are believed to value Bruno somewhere around £85 million, while Newcastle United continue to insist that their Brazilian captain is worth close to £100 million and remains not for sale. That is an enormous valuation gap. And yet, the speculation simply refuses to disappear. So today, we're breaking down everything. The latest reports, why Arsenal still believe Bruno could transform their midfield, why Newcastle are refusing to back down, whether an £80 million offer has any realistic chance of succeeding, and why this transfer could become one of the defining stories of the final weeks of the window. Because if Arsenal somehow manage to pull this off, it won't just strengthen the squad, it will send shockwaves across the Premier League. Arsenal continue searching for midfield perfection. When Arsenal lifted the Premier League title, many believed their squad was already complete, strong in defence, creative in attack, excellent in midfield. But elite clubs don't stop improving simply because they've already succeeded. That's exactly the mentality Mikel Arteta has tried to build. Every transfer window presents another opportunity. Another chance to raise standards, another opportunity to stay ahead of rivals who are also investing heavily. And while much of Arsenal's recruitment has focused on attacking reinforcements, the midfield remains an area the club continues to evaluate carefully. According to recent reports, Bruno Guimaraes remains one of the names admired inside the Emirates. Why Bruno Guimaraes? The answer is actually very simple. Because there are very few midfielders in world football capable of doing everything. Defend, create, control possession, win duels, progress the ball, lead teammates, perform under pressure. Bruno Guimaraes does all of it. Since arriving in England, he has developed into one of the Premier League's most complete midfielders. He's no longer simply a talented Brazilian, he's become Newcastle's captain, their leader, the player everything flows through, every attack, every transition, every important moment. Bruno is almost always involved. That's precisely why Arsenal admire him so much. Behind-the-scenes activity continues. One of the biggest updates surrounding this story concerns how Arsenal are approaching the situation. Recent reporting suggests there have been no formal negotiations directly with Newcastle. However, intermediaries are believed to have continued conversations with people close to the player while Arsenal monitor developments very closely. That doesn't mean a transfer is imminent, but it does suggest Arsenal haven't walked away. Instead, they're keeping communication alive, waiting, watching, evaluating every possible opportunity. That's exactly how many major transfers begin, quietly, patiently, without unnecessary headlines. Newcastle's position could not be clearer. While Arsenal continue exploring possibilities, Newcastle's public stance has remained remarkably consistent. Bruno Guimaraes is not for sale. Club officials reportedly have no desire to lose their captain, especially after already facing significant squad changes in recent transfer windows. Coming home Newcastle. Selling their best midfielder would send exactly the wrong message. Instead, they hope Bruno remains the face of Eddie Howe's project, a leader capable of helping Newcastle return to the top end of English football, which explains why negotiations are proving so complicated.